know how to build things and then show them to people on YouTube. I've recently completed a project which is a compost tumbler, and I would like to show you how I made it. Hello, this is Frank, and you're watching my video on my compost tumbler made from an old food products barrel. Bought the barrel 5 years ago in California with the intent of making one of these 5 years ago. And when I drilled that hole in it that you saw me drill just now, that was the first time I had actually taken a tool to it, and it hissed at me, and it scared me just a little bit. I decided to use rivets for all of the attachment, for all of the fasteners instead of screws or bolts or anything like that. Inspiration for this came from a video, which I'll put in the description. You're also watching me learn how to use a riveter for the first time, and I actually took it apart twice because I thought I messed it up, but it turned out to just be user error. It's not a straightforward tool. The hinge is just a continuous hinge, and those are just simple gate latches. If you look closely in the back, you'll notice that fire got a little out of control, and I had to play fireman for a second. Inside the tumbler, I installed L-shaped aluminum flashing, fairly large. It's hard to tell, and I can't find any extra pieces anywhere, but I think it's 3 inches by 4 inches. Drilled some holes, used rivets to attach them in place. The purpose of the flashing is to act as a scoop to actually mix the compost, to keep it from just sliding around on the bottom of the tumbler as it rotates. The inside of this is really smooth plastic, so you got to have something which will actually turn the compost. And now that I've done this and then watched some more YouTube videos on this subject, I think a better idea would have been to just cut some PVC pipe in half and use those. It would have done the same thing, maybe even a little bit better because of the shape, and it would have been safer if you're ever sticking your hand inside the compost tumbler for some reason. The frame is all 2x4 that I already had. I just cut them up into the appropriate lengths, made a simple triangle frame with a single cross brace for each side. Took a little finagling to get the height and the angle right. I wanted to make sure there was enough bearing surface for the 2-inch PVC pipe to rest on properly. A little bit of trial and error, but not that big of a deal. And 3/8-inch bolts and washers and lock nuts to hold it all together. Using hand saws here because I like them and because it was late at night and I couldn't use the miter saw, which would have been much easier. I determined the height that I wanted the whole project to be at by using a wheelbarrow. So eventually you'll see that the wheelbarrow, a standard wheelbarrow, will fit right underneath it. All you got to do is push it right up against that 2x4 in the back, a little stretcher, I guess, and a wheelbarrow will sit in the perfect spot to be able to empty the tumbler into the wheelbarrow. This video that we're watching right now is an intro I filmed, but you're not going to hear it, but I'll just use the footage to show some of the features. Generally, what you're looking at right now is a finished product. The pipe is not attached to the frames. I will do something to make that attachment happen in the future. I might use a bolt with a wing nut or something that you can remove by hand, because I would like to be able to easily remove the pipe from the frame and remove the tumbler from the frame and pick up the frame and move it, and you get what I'm trying to say. I really need to work on my blocking, but this is part of that failed intro. You see how easily it turns. Although I will say this, now that I've loaded it up with compost, I need to put handles on it because it is very difficult to turn when it's heavy just by grabbing that lip there. But when it was empty, it was turning great. I thought it was a wonderful design. By the way, I'm still trying to figure out a standard introduction and name for my YouTube channel, so maybe you all can help me figure it out. I don't want to just copy other people, and there's a lot of other ideas out there that are really good that I wish I had thought of first.
And I left my drill outside from earlier. No good.
My name is Frank. This is my channel. We'll figure out a cool title later. Thank you.